Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Cornder, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we are joined by Joe Smoldt of the Upper Iowa men's basketball team. Joe, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me.
All right, Joe, you were named Iowa's Mr. Basketball back in 2017 after an unbelievable career at Gladbrook-Rhinebeck High School. What is it that drew you to Upper Iowa University?
It's just kind of one of those things. They were the school that kind of came to me first, and they were consistent with the recruitment for me. So it kind of was just one of those things where I just kind of knew in the back of my head that they really wanted me to be there and being part of the program. It's always nice to be wanted in that aspect. And then the coaches, just meeting all of them, Coach Trevor Hook and Coach Brooks McCowan have been nothing but the best for me for the last 5 years. And then, we've had some, graduate assistants, guys like Carson Parker, who used to play for the program, who is a really good player, has done a lot for me as well. So, past guys that have played here helped a lot. Guys that graduated before I was able to play with them, but just such a special program and a special place. And it's a small town too. I came from a small town as well. So,
a fifth-year senior, you mentioned. What are you majoring in, and what are your career aspirations when you're done at Upper Iowa?
So I came in wanting to do something with business. So I actually got my degree in business and accounting, and then I started my grad school this year. And it's kind of just like a business grad school, and then you can emphasize in something. So I'll emphasize in accounting, and then it's a 2-year program. So I'll get 1 year done this year, and then I'll have another year after this. So, a graduate assistant is always an option for me next year. And then if not that, just try to find something in the business world, get my career started in that aspect.
Excellent. Well, we obviously have a lot of basketball, so we'll move to the court with a lot of NSIC action already in the books as Upper Iowa knocked off Winona State to open conference play. Then you ran past the number 2 team in the nation, Truman State, 103-77 to improve to 6-0 on the season. You were named the NSIC South Division Player of the Week for your efforts. So tell us that style of play that Coach McCowan strives for at Upper Iowa. Yeah,
it's obviously a fun, style of play to play for. If you just look at our scores and how many points we score, it's a style that it gives you a lot of freedom to just kind of do what you want, within the rules of being, unselfish and not taking too many, bad shots. But he likes to play fast. Obviously, that's one of the ways that we're at our best, is if we're playing fast and getting out and running. So just a style that lets you play free and run and kind of do your own thing, but also take good shots and be unselfish.
You mentioned a lot of points. There's 4 players averaging double digits this season already. Tell us more about your teammates.
Yeah, they're all great. It's a great group to be around. You pretty much just said it right there. 4 guys in double digits. It's an unselfish group. The more unselfish we play, the better we are. And we've had this group for kind of, the core group for 2 or 3 years now, but there's a couple of guys this year that are new, and, we've had limited time with COVID last year with some of those new guys being able to gel together and play together and, just kind of get that chemistry. So guys like Nick Reed and Connor Duax, those are 2 guys that, we haven't had a lot of time to gel with and play with. But they've done an absolutely great job of, fitting in and just playing their role and just, finding their way in our offense. And, it's been something that's, kind of surprising to me just with the lack of time we've had together. But, they've been absolutely great for us. And, the whole team is just fun to be around at practice, off the court. They just make it a joy to, come together and be around each other, because it's like that every single day.
Yeah, you have 3 brothers on this year's team. What unique dynamic does having the 3 Duax brothers on the squad have?
It's fun for sure. You get a lot of competition between those 3 for sure, whether it's a card game on the bus or something like that. But No, they're all three great for us. You got Lucas Duax, Max Duax, and Connor Duax, who all three bring something to the table on the court. And they're three guys that can, give us something, whether it's off the bench or starting or whatever it is, that can kind of boost us if we need something to, kind of get us going if we're in a little rut or something. So you can always count on them giving us a big play. And we kind of joke with them, everybody around the team, about how the Duaxes never get tired, because they're always in, great shape whenever they come in after the summer, and it feels like they could play all 40 minutes without coming out. So no, but they come from a great family, three great kids, and it's fun to have them on the team, especially when not a lot of teams, or if anybody in the country, can say they got three brothers on a team.
Yeah, definitely a unique situation down there, and it's great to hear that it's working out and good for the Peacocks, obviously. So let's get to last week. Both your wins came at home. Talk about the advantage Upper Iowa has playing in front of their home crowd at Dorman Gym.
Yeah, Dorman's a special place. It's a cool place to play because it can get loud if a lot of people can get in there and come to the games. But it's a cool place to play, and it gets loud, and it's obviously a home court advantage for us. It's a little different venue from some of the other places we go, like Mankato, which we go to later this week, and some of those other bigger venues. I think I'd choose Dorman out of any other venue that we play at.
Yeah, you just hinted at this. You hit the road this Thursday for a matchup with another undefeated team when you take on 6-0 Minnesota State up at the Taylor Center in Mankato, Minnesota. That's going to be a battle of two top 20 teams. The Peacocks have won 4 straight over the Mavericks. What needs to happen to make it 5 in a row on Thursday night?
Yeah, 2 great programs, like you said, top 20 teams. It's no secret they're in our league in the South. We play them a lot. We know what each team kind of does. It's not going to be much different than all the other times we've met. So it's just going to be a game of execution and just who comes ready to play. And it's obviously our first really true road game in the NSIC pretty much all year. So it'll be a little different atmosphere, but I think we're ready and we're confident, and we've been playing well. They've been playing well, so it should be a good one.
So you played Thursday night, then you were back at home on Saturday to face Concordia St. Paul. Schedule's a little different this year with a Thursday, Saturday. You guys are actually playing the early game at 5:30. But over your past 5 years, what will you remember most about your playing days in the NSIC?
Yeah, the first thing that just comes to mind is, the competition that the NSIC gives us, man. It's a battle every night, and I never, throughout my 5 years, have come into a night thinking like, man, I don't have to show up, we can win this game. There's no bad team from top to bottom. So you can get beat on any given night. And then to go along with that, just the great players that have come out of the NSIC, the great players I've played with and against. It's just cool to look back at how many good players and how many good teams have come out of the NSIC, and it's cool to just have that competition every single night, because that's what you want as a player.
So new this year, the NSIC will send the top 12 teams to the NSIC Sanford Health Tournament in Sioux Falls, with the top 2 seeds in each division getting a bye. On the list of team goals, where does getting that first round bye stack up this season?
It kind of goes into some of the other goals that we've had throughout the season of just trying to get better every day and, win as many games as possible. But obviously it's something that somewhere we want to be at the end of the year, just like a lot of teams probably. But I think if we just take care of the smaller goals and smaller steps, stay present, stay in the moment, and just win as many games as we can, get better every day. I think all that stuff will take care of itself.
All right, well, lots of basketball ahead of you before that NSIC tournament, including this Thursday at Minnesota State. Make sure to follow the Peacocks and all the NSIC action on the NSIC network and at northernsun.org. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thank you again to our sponsor, gpac. Joe, thanks for joining us and best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.